Kevin Holland is in limbo right now, and I think he's got a very good shot at beating Mikhail Oleksiejczuk. I think that's how you pronounce it. By the way, man, I had to look up how to pronounce that. Polish people, and this is a shout out to Poland, y'all take English spelling and add the most sophisticated twist to it. It's like English words plus calculus, and then you get Polish. It's wild. But Kevin Holland, after that Michael Page fight was a very defining fight for Kevin Holland, and he came up on the wrong end of it. And you could tell by the end of that third round, Kevin Holland just wanted out of that fight. He just didn't want to do it anymore. He knew that Michael's in and out style was too much for Kevin. He almost got Page on the ground and finished him there, and that's why I really worried for Michael Page. But Mikhail Oleksiejczuk, he just kind of seems like a bounce-back fight for Kevin Holland. And even if Kevin Holland wins, I still feel like his career's kind of in a we don't know where to go right now. Only reason I'm saying this, at middleweight, he fell short against the top guys. Still had some really notable wins. Still did really well. Welterweight, he did very well and looked like going down to a smaller weight class, he was going to have a little bit more success. But ultimately, when it came to getting the bigger competition, he started falling short, and things just didn't look the same way for him. And that Michael Page, that's really hard when you have a guy come in from another organization, specifically one that you look at. And when Bellator fighters enter the UFC, it's make or break for them. And Michael Page really made it. It's just crazy. So after he does this, and honestly, like I said, he's got an amazing shot to make this happen. But I remember it was Kyle Dawkins. I remember when I watched that fight where obviously Kevin Holland was supposed to win that fight on paper because he was facing an opponent that wasn't in the same stratosphere. It just kind of seemed like when he got in his own head, he really fell short, and just it also seemed like a fluke. That headbutt win it didn't seem legit, but it was almost like the universe was knocking him out of that division. I just don't know if it's at welterweight. Well, he's not fighting at welterweight. Excuse me. He's fighting, I think, at middleweight right now again, and it just kind of looks like he's just kind of in the UFC to be a personality. But even then, without a lot of that winning streak, I think a lot of that personality is diminishing, and I don't like to see it. This is not a rag on Kevin Holland. This is not to put him down. In fact, if anything, I'm the least likely person who wants to see a UFC fighter fail. And I just remember Kevin Holland's days of when he was on the come up, getting a lot of publicity, taking a lot of fights back in 2020, 2021. And now we fast forward to 2024, and here he is. So, yeah, Kevin Holland's in a little bit of limbo right now. And this should be an easy fight, but even then, coming up next, I don't know where he's going to go. That's all I got to say.